Join me for some delicious black cherry lemonade. So good. Welcome to Jarred Up July. This is a canning collaboration and it's hosted by Angie at the Inquisitive Farmwife channel and Chris at CityGirl Homestead. And every day in July, well, up to July 25th, there will be a new canning video posted. So, get out your canners and your recipe books and make sure you're watching all the videos. Because guess what? On July 25th, there's going to be a live presentation. And that's where there's going to be some great giveaways, 3 grand prizes, and other gifts. There's 2 ways that you can win. You should be posting on each Jarred Up July video. Just post a comment, and you might be lucky enough that one of your comments is chosen. Or during the live presentation, if you watch it, you'll have an option also to win some prizes. Now, this giveaway is hosted by Superb, which is a company I didn't know about until I joined this collaboration. And I contacted the representative and found out that yes, Superb is the only company in the United States that totally makes their lids right here in the good old USA. And they source all of their materials from the United States. So they can put on their packaging proudly, made in the USA. Now, they are hosting the giveaways, but they also are allowing anyone who wants a 25% off discount code during Jarred Up July. Just check out some of the other videos and they'll have that discount code for you and purchase from a good old American company. So today we're making black cherry lemonade concentrate. I mean this, is so good. It's wonderful on a hot summer day. And if you can this, it's really easy to mix up a batch of this. So let's get started. Now in Michigan, we're blessed where I live with a lot of you pick it sweet cherries right at the end of June and July. But if you're not so lucky, I'm sure your supermarket has black cherries and you want those sweet black cherries for this recipe. But I recommend only buying fresh cherries for this recipe. Don't use frozen cherries. I just don't think it turns out as good. Now you want to wash your cherries well, whether you bought them in the store or you picked them off a tree. Important to get any chemicals off them before you start making your juice. And then I need to explain, there's 2 ways you can make this recipe. One is you can extract the juice by putting the cherries in a pan with a little bit of water and simmering them for a long period of time until all the juice leaks out. And then you're going to put those cherries through either a jelly bag or several layers of cheesecloth because you only want the juice. For this recipe, we want 6 cups of black cherry juice. Now, me, I'm a little lazy. I like this method better because I have steam juicers. In fact, I have 2 steam juicers. I love them so well. And today we're going to use my steam juicer that has a little spigot. It makes it easy to turn on and off, but unfortunately, I don't believe that's sold anymore. But I also have the larger, what I call the tube and clamp juicer, and that works amazingly well also. Now you want to fill up your bottom pan. You don't want it all the way to the top because then when it starts heating up, it can boil over. Just about to there. Now, never ever let your bottom pan run out of water. So you want this little dip here in the front, and then you're gonna put on this. Kind of looks like angel food cake pan. There we go. My washed cherries are here in the more, I call it kind of more the sieve top container. And we're gonna put on our lid. Okay, there we have it. Now we're just gonna set our burner on medium, and it will take anywhere from 45 minutes to maybe even an hour till we start getting juice. Okay, we're gonna take the top off. Whoa, there's some water on there. Okay, looking good. Still has a long ways to go. It's been about a half hour. After a half hour, you can see how much water went down, and I am just going to add more. Rather be safe. So I'll check on it maybe in another 20 minutes. Okay, it's been about 45 minutes. Let's see if we're getting any juice yet. Oh yeah. Such a pretty color, isn't it? Now this is why I love this steam juicer, which unfortunately isn't made anymore. But it's so nice having the spigot. Let's see how much we're gonna get. Look at that rich, rich color. And now, a safety commercial, because I have to share this with you. I didn't get video of it. My husband said, wow, would have that made a video? But I want to tell you what happened to me. Okay, when I have the pint jar underneath the spigot and it's getting almost full, I have to turn it on its side and take it out. Well, it's a very, very hot jar. So I used a little bit of paper towel on each side, took it out, and I looked out as I'm going to dump it, and I noticed the paper towel was on fire right towards my chest. So I go, ah! Right? Dumped the whole jar all the way across the countertop. I mean, that scalding hot liquid. Luckily it went that way and not that way on me. But you do have to be careful. Number one, black cherry juice, well, it stains. So luckily I have granite countertops, so everything was okay. But you want to be careful with that tube and clamp too, to make sure that you clamp it well when you're using that type of juicer. Just be safe. Because yes, I lost a whole pint jar of juice and could have been, in the hospital for very bad scalding burns. So be careful. We have 6 cups of our beautiful black cherry juice. And then we're adding, for real lemon here, 4 cups of that real lemon juice, which will look slightly pink, but that's because I'm using the same measuring cup as I did for the black cherries. Okay. And now add your 6 cups of sugar. 6 cups does sound like a lot, doesn't it? Just kind of like when you're making jam. But do remember, this is a concentrate. So you will be adding water to this. Now we just need to dissolve our sugar. You don't want it boiling, but they say it's good to get up to a temperature of 170. So we'll be back. Okay, we're almost at 170, and that's the temperature we want. And you know what? I love this. No, I love this Polder little thermometer, candy thermometer, because it has this on the back. See, it slides up and down, and it easily attaches to your pot, no matter how deep your pot is or how shallow it is. So I have a link below if you're interested in this too. So it's time to fill our jars. Okay, I want to take out my hot jars. Can you see something I forgot? Yeah, I forgot to put vinegar in my water. So probably I'm gonna have some cloudy jars. So you know the drill. Fill these all the way up. And now we want to wipe off the top of the jars. We don't want anything sticky on it. So we have a false seal. Put on our lids. Put on our caps here. Finger tighten. Now, if you've watched my other canning videos, you know I absolutely love these stainless steel rings. They are made by the Trellis Company. I have a couple boxes of them, and I love them because they never, ever rust. So I really just threw away my old rings, and this is all I use. And if you're interested in these two, got a link below. All 8 jars in the water bath canner. Put on our lid and make sure it's a good roaring boil, and then time it for 15 minutes. There we have them all 8 out. I've been hearing popping. We'll just leave them alone and check in 24 hours to make sure all have sealed. Now this is a concentrate, so when you're taking it off your shelf and making your cherry lemonade, you want to pour this into your container along with 3 pints of water and mix well. And then you're going to end up with this. Just, It is so good and so sweet. Your family will love it. But if you want to have something, well, maybe just slightly a little more adult, then instead of adding all the water, substitute some for some rum or vodka. Makes a great drink. And if you like alcoholic slushies the way my husband and I do on a hot summer day, well, mix up 1 pint of your concentrate, 2 pints of water, and 1 pint or less, whatever you want, of rum or vodka. Mix it all up well, put it in your freezer and leave it in there for at least 24 hours, and then spoon it out, put it in your cup, add a little ginger ale, and you have a great slushy drink. It's so good on a hot summer evening. So I hope you enjoyed this video. It's been a lot of fun. I want to thank both Angie and Chris for inviting me to this collaboration. And don't forget to watch the live celebration on July 25th. You just might be one of the lucky winners. Thank you.